All right, the next one is the next question I have is this one. And this is in response to, this is Donna. This is in response to an email that I sent out. It says, thank you for this help. I needed to hear this. I didn't have enough money to implement your program a while back, and lately I've been discouraged because I know that I'm capable of so much business. How many of you are discouraged right now? Are you discouraged? You know, be encouraged. She says, I'm discouraged right now because I know I'm capable. Are you living up to your full potential? Are you living up to the God-given potential, what God has entrusted you with? Are you doing with it what you've been entrusted? That's the question. She says, I know I'm capable of so much success. I've been in business for 17 years and experienced times of success, but I've never had continued success. Now, kudos to you, Donna, because most people don't make it 17 years in the real estate business. Most people don't make it a year or two in this business. It's a tough business. So kudos to you for making it 17 years. You know, hats off to you. I can understand that whole feast or famine thing. I've been thinking lately about how that there is no reason I shouldn't be successful, but I realize I'm a mental, emotional, physical mess. I've been praying, trying, but nothing seems to work. Wow. Your words about the 4 areas make sense, and I see that that's the reason I'm not living up to my full potential. I just don't know how to get unstuck. Now, Donna, what I pulled out for you, and this is something that you can download in the members area, is I call it the next level mastery system here. Okay. So here's how we talk about how to avoid feast or famine. And when you go to the Next Level Insiders Club dashboard, look for the video of how to avoid feast or famine. But what I'll say here is that there are a great many of my coaching students that before they came to me, Donna, they were in the very same spot that you're in. And my heart goes out to you because I've been in the same spot for many, 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 many times. You know, I'm the guy that was never good at finances. I always had bills. I always had debt. I allowed one of my homes to go into foreclosure. I've made a lot of money in my lifetime, but I've wasted a lot of money, wasted a lot of time as well, making bad decisions. One of the reasons I put together the Next Level Insiders Club is because I don't want you guys to repeat the mistakes that I've made. And my culmination of 30 years of research has kind of come together and culminated into this mastery system that you're seeing right in front of you. Now, I actually did a video in the Next Level Insiders Club just on this. It's an exclusive video for you guys where I talk about this. So I'm not going to rehash it right now, but these are the tenets for which I coach you guys. This is basically when you're talking about the Next Level Insiders Club, 100% of what I coach is based on this system. It's mindset, having the right mindset. So Donna, just by creating the right mindset, you will create a mindset of prosperity, because the reality is abundance always exists. Let me say that again. Abundance always exists. What that means is that there is no such thing as lack. You know, as crazy as that may sound to you right now, I just want you to consider the possibility. Okay, don't just carte blanche take my word for it, but consider the possibility that there is no such thing as lack. Lack is an illusion. It's something that we've created, we've made up. One of the best ways that I can describe it is imagine a gazelle. Okay, the gazelle is out in the forest or out in the wild, and let's say they run out of resources. They run out of grass to eat. What does a gazelle do when they run out of grass to eat? Think about that for a moment. What do? You got it. They move on. They find greener pastures. Now, just because the grass doesn't appear to be green where you are doesn't necessarily mean that you have to move on. But what you got to understand is there is always green grass out there. The gazelle will never starve, okay? Now, there may be some cases of them starving, but generally speaking, they will live out their entire life not having to worry about starvation. There's a lot of other stuff they have to worry about. Lions, tigers, and bears, oh my. They got to worry about some stuff. But generally, starvation is not one of them. So the gazelle's smart. He just says, man, there ain't nothing else going on here. I'm just going to move to where the abundance is. The abundance always exists. It's just that they're nimble enough and smart enough to move into the flow of abundance. So in life, there are patterns, attractive patterns that we get ourselves into. And without getting too philosophical, I'll just say that a book that I highly recommend is The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy. Let me see if I have that book here handy so I can show it to you. I may not. I may not have it on this bookshelf. Let's see. Yeah, here it is. Okay, so The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy. That's the book. It's not a one-day read. Okay, I get that, but I've listened to it on Audible. I've read the hard copy a few times, and I've listened to it on Audible about 3 times. But this is something that will help you with mindset. I have many other books that I could recommend, but I don't want to overwhelm you. But one of the reasons that we face feast or famine is really our mindset. It's really the way we think. And you can actually unlock the door of abundance for yourself when you start to change your mind, okay? Change the way you think. So a lot of times we're not engaged so the mindset's not right. Sometimes we're not engaged in the right activities. Remember, you should be lead generating every single day from 9 to 11 with no excuse, So it's so important that you do that. What's up, Lewis? I see you on, buddy. Love you, man. I can't see who else is on here. Let me see if there's a way I can see that. No, I can't see how to see that. But hey, I'm a novice with the Facebook Live, but that's all right. So activities is very important. So I get a lot of people that are a lot of coaching students that give me excuses as to why they are not doing their lead generation time, and there is absolutely no excuse. You should never ever take your foot off the lead generation pedal. And you show me an agent that's not or anybody, because I teach agents, entrepreneurs, business leaders, business owners, coaches, trainers, doesn't matter. If you're not meeting your quota, you're not getting the success that you want. A big part of it is that you're not doing the right activities. Okay. And lead generation is the #1 activity of a successful person. That's the reason why I take 2 hours every single day to lead generate. Okay. Very important. And if you don't fill up the pipeline, in this business, we have a pipeline. So the pipeline is what's going to create that ongoing business for you. In fact, let me just show this to you because I think this will be very helpful. Bear with me while I show you this here real quick. I think this will be helpful for you guys. Let me see if you can see that. Yeah. So when you think about a pipeline, this is by the way, I'm not telling you guys anything you don't know. I'm here to remind you of the things that you should be doing that you may have forgotten, okay, that you may not be doing. And one thing that I do, guys, I'm not smarter than anybody else, never have claimed to be, but I'm consistent. And so it's critical to be consistent in your lead generation time. If you will lead generate every day from 9 to 11 or from 9 to 12, every single day, if you'll do that, you will see miracles happen in your business. So let's look at this timeline. We call this a pipeline, right? Pipeline. So let's say, for example, in our pipeline, sorry, I gotta have things right. Oops. We've got prospects coming in, and we've got closings. Okay, so we close them over here, and we bring them in as prospects over here. Okay, but what happens in the middle? So we have a prospect, okay, that comes in, and then so we generate the lead, and then we convert the lead. Okay, but remember, I always teach you guys that the magic really happens in the middle. I know I'm kind of, yeah, you can see that. So we generate a lead, we convert a lead. But really, we've got to capture, and then we've got to incubate. Okay, take notes, guys. I'm your coach. I'm coaching you right now. So you can't see that. You may not be able to see that in the tiny print that it is. But you generate a lead, you capture the lead, you incubate the lead, and then you convert the lead. So I'll show you how that works in my coaching business. Lewis knows about this. So we generate the lead. We say, hey, we've got Quantum 10X coaching. If you need a one-on-one coach, Knolly Williams and his team of coaches can coach you to your greatness. And when we say that, people go to our website, they fill out an application to coach with us, and we just generated a lead. Okay, so, but we haven't converted that person to work with us. How do we do that? Well, we have to capture the lead. The way we do that, we generated the interest, and then they fill out an application. So we capture the lead. Then we've got to incubate the lead, because not everybody that fills out the application is ready to coach right now. They might say, hey, I've got 6 months left on my current coaching contract, or I don't have the money right now to do it, or whatever the case might be. They've got some reason why they can start right away or they can't. So the ones that can't are not ready or willing to start right now. We've got to incubate them. That means we've got to follow up with them and all that. And then at some point we convert them, okay, or not, right? But hopefully we'll get them converted. Now, when you've got a pipeline, you've got all manner of people in your pipeline. So you've got people that are, these are basically warm and hot, okay? Because if they're cold, they haven't even entered into your pipeline. Now, in the real estate business, Donna, I'm going to tell you, since you're in real estate, and almost any business, actually, when you bring deals in, you bring them in, you've got to know what your numbers are. So, for example, when I was active in the real estate business, I knew that I had to have anywhere at the beginning, I had to have 18 listings. At any time, I had to have 18 listings. Okay, so I see that's cutting off for you guys, but I had to have 18 deals going on. Those could either be active, pending, or under contract. You know, pending, under contract, active. They're at some stage. Okay, so I knew that if I closed one, okay, and I'm down to 16 deals, or I've got 16, I've got to get 2 more. So I always had to have an inventory. It's called an inventory of 18. Now, eventually that number grew. I mean, at one point we had over 120 some listings at one time, right? And that was nuts. But we had a whole team working my listing inventory. But the point is, you might have them starting over here and they're spitting them out over here, which is a closing table. That's where you get a paycheck, okay? And this might be a 60 to 90 day process, depending on your market. It could be a 30 to 60 day process. Now, when I was in the music business, and I'm taking a little bit of time with this because it's very important. You know, those of you that are in feast or famine, I'm trying to help you to get out of that mode. When I was in the music business, we had a 9-month lag from the time that we put an artist in the studio to the time we got a paycheck. It took 9 months. 9 months. 9 months. So I had to make an investment over here And 9 months later, I got a return on my investment over here. And guess what? Most of them, I didn't even recoup my investment, right? So that was probably, 7 to 8 out of 10. We didn't even make our money back. But on the 20% we did. That's the music business to this day, by the way. So we knew that when we spent money here, it took us 9 months to get the money back. So when you can imagine how thrilled I was when I got into real estate and they told me it would only take me 3 months to get paid on a deal or sometimes in 2 months. I was like, wow, that's a quick paycheck. But some of you guys don't think it's that fast. When you're in the listing business, because I focus on listings, it takes about a good 30 to 90 days, to get that, to get your money. And so in order for you to succeed at that, you've got to have a freezer full of food. Like in order to make it through the winter, you got to have your wood cut and your freezer stocked. And what that means is you got to know what your number is on how many deals you have to have in the pipeline so that you're always churning out business. You're always having closings, always getting paychecks. Okay, whether you're a coach, whether you're a speaker, a trainer, an author, it doesn't matter. Now, one thing I used to ask my coaching students, and I still ask them, is because a lot of people complain about how long it takes to get paid in their particular business. And I'll ask them, like, how many of you had a cup of coffee this morning, right? See the hands raise up, right? Or how many of you had a glass of orange juice this morning? So here's a question. How long did it take from the time the orange was picked to the time it hit your glass? If you buy that the orange juice from concentrate, some of you don't know that it takes sometimes a year before it actually hits your glass. Go do the research on it. Now, a coffee bean, from the time the coffee bean was picked to the time it hits your cup, how long does it take? Who knows? I don't even know the answer to that question, but who cares? As long as you can get hot coffee every morning and orange juice every morning, you can go to your refrigerator and who cares how long it took? And that's what a pipeline is. There's a pipeline. When you create a pipeline in your business, it's basically this whole philosophy that I know that I've got to have X number in order to every single week be getting a paycheck. Every single week be getting a paycheck. And the way you do this, guys, is with the activities that are in your business. It's called lead generation. The rest of this I'm not going to go over in detail because I don't want to spend up the rest of our time together. I've got some more questions to get to. But there's mindset, activities, people. Got to surround yourself with the right people. You got to have the right systems in place, the right tools. You got to have your money piece has to be right as well. Some of you just don't have your money piece straight, and that's a big problem. In order to, some of you want to live the life that I live, which is basically I do what I want to do whenever I want to do it, and that's what I'm here to teach you is how to do that. You got to have income coming in all the time, and you got to be debt free. Okay, that's the only way you can live a life where you don't have to be up at night worrying about anything. Okay, you have no debt and you got money coming in every day. If you got that rocking, and I'm teaching you guys how to do that in the Next Level Insiders Club. Accountability is so important, super important. That's what we provide at Quantum 10X. And training is super important. That's what we provide right here at Next Level Insider Club. So if you got all 8 of these, and the other thing that Donna alluded to, she said she's a physical, emotional, and mental wreck. That's the word she used. You got to remember, guys, and you can write me on this if you have questions about this. Send me an email or just post it right here in the Facebook group. You have a mental body, you have an emotional body, you have a physical body, and you also have a spiritual body. You have 4 bodies. And I see so many people that they might be spiritually successful, but physically, man, they need help. I'm not judging. I'm just saying that physically they're a wreck, as Donna used. And if you're physically not in the right condition, how are you going to be able to completely do the will of God here on the earth? You can't, right? If you're mentally a wreck, you really can't do it. And I realize that mental disease is a real thing. I've got family members that are bipolar. We dealt with my mother-in-law, who was had Alzheimer's. Okay, she was bipolar for many, many years before that. So, I understand that the mental side of it, and by the way, there's a lot of stuff going on that's making us this way. We've been dumbed down. We've been lied to. It's in our food. It must be something in the water. I guarantee you, it's in the food. It's in the water. It's on TV. We have been mentally assaulted into lies, lies, and lies. So it's not really necessarily your fault. Okay. But we've been subjected to a lot of negativity, guys. The standard American diet, the SAD diet, is killing us. Our emotional body, again, is another thing and one of my favorite books, I just posted about it, for the emotional body is this one right here. It's called Letting Go. Okay. The Pathway to Surrender. This is by David Hawkins, PhD. And I love that book. So anyway, we'll be talking more about this. This is the backbone of everything that I teach, and I've got a whole video training at the Next Level Insiders Club dashboard. But guys, I don't want you to be in feast or famine. I never want you to be there. It's not a happy place. I'll tell you one of the reasons. I'm gonna end with this on this question. One of the reasons that you guys are in feast and famine is that one of the reasons you live there is because you like the high that you're getting from it. Yeah. I want you to think about that for a minute. Ask yourself, do I like the high that I'm getting from being in feast or famine, fight or flight mode? The reality is that you get a high, you get a rush out of, hey, my rent's due next week, or my mortgage is due next week. I got to hustle. I got to grind. I got to get it. I got to get that. And you go through this big, and then bang, you make it happen at the 11th hour. The day before it's due, you get that in, and bang, that's an addiction. That's an addictive mindset, an addictive cycle. And many people are addicted to the game. They're addicted to the rush. They're addicted to the hustle. They're addicted to the drive. They're addicted to that whole thing. And so the reason why a lot of my students stay in feast or famine, fight or flight, is because they're addicted to that. They like the rush. They like the way it feels, and they don't consciously love it, but subconsciously they get a high out of it. And so what I'm telling you is, you got to get a high off of doing God's work on the earth, out of doing God's will, not out of being in poverty or feast or famine. You don't want to get a high off that. So it's okay to get a rush now, but you got to get a rush off the right stuff.
Well, hi there, Knolly Williams here, your success coach, and I hope you enjoyed this coaching session. Now, I want to personally invite you to become the next member of my Mentorship Masters program. It's absolutely free. That's right, it's free to join, and I'm going to teach, train, and coach you to your ultimate greatness. To get more information on Mentorship Masters, go to partnerwithnolly.com. That's partnerwithnolly.com. You'll get all the information you need so that you can succeed in the real estate game. Now, also at partnerwithnolly.com, you can download your free copy of the Mentorship Masters Success Manual. That's right, I wrote a complete success manual that's going to help you succeed to your highest levels of success in real estate. I want to help you to succeed beyond your wildest imagination. So go to partnerwithnolly.com to see what it's all about. I'm building a nationwide network of thousands of real estate agents, and I want you to be part of it. And be sure while you're there to download your free copy of Mentorship Masters Success Manual. It's the complete handbook for my Mentorship Masters students, so you can see what it's all about. Hey, God bless you. I wish you so much success. Go to partnerwithnolly.com right now. Get your free book and also check out the program. Let's get partnered up. God bless you, and I'll see you on the next one.